Welcome to AMS Financial's Pro Plan Training Overview. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use your dealer loan portal, badge instructions, submitting applications, funding timeframes, and our customer service department. When you enrolled in the program, you would have received an email which would have your banner and linking instructions. You'll be given an exclusive custom portal link co-branded with your company name and logo. The dealer loan portal link is really important to make sure that when you place one of the badges on your website, that you make sure that the email that we give you with the link is the one you use. It will have a / and then your company name. So you can either do this yourself. What you'll do is copy one of the images and paste it with the link into your site. And that way when your customer needs financing or wants to look at your financing options and apply, they would be able to click on the badge from your site, which would bring up your dealer loan portal. And I'll show you an example in just a moment. Also, you'll receive 500 custom business cards, which are great to have as a marketing tool to use on your sales calls or in your showroom or on your trucks. Here is an example of a company's name, which your company name will go there, and the dealer loan portal link here. And you'll see that it's got a / and then the company name here. So your customer will have two different ways of pulling up your loan portal site. One will be by manually entering it in, or the other would be by clicking the badge that you have on your site. So I'm showing you an example of Sound Kitchen and Bath's custom dealer portal. So if the customer's on your site, and let's use this as an example, and they want to apply for financing, you'll have your badge somewhere on the site, and in this case, the badge is right here. So when they click on it, it will bring up the dealer loan portal right away. And I'm going to show you a couple things. You'll notice the link here. The company's logo is here, and the name of the company is also here. So all of this will be yours. The numbers and the email is our customer service department. So these phone numbers and emails go directly to our customer support. This is great for customers that have questions in regards to loans, funding, any sort of customer support question can be answered there. There's also a live help chat feature here where your customer can click on that, and during normal business hours somebody's usually there to answer a quick question. The first thing that a customer wants to do when they get on the site is determine what type of credit scores. Do they have excellent, good, fair, or poor? And when they click on these tabs, it will actually show them what excellent credit is. So for example, excellent credit is 720 or higher. Once they decide that that's where they fall, then they'll be able to scroll down, and the programs have been streamlined to fit so that they get an approval the first time around. You'll see the loan programs are listed first, and I'm going to click and do an example of Lightstream. So you'll see that when you click on the plus button, it gives you a little overview of the details of the program. So on this particular program, it runs from 5,000 to 100,000. The rates start at 4.29. Flexible terms, good to excellent credit required, no prepayment penalty, no fees, and funding timeframes. Now, funding timeframes across the board on our site are generally about 1 to 5 days. So here's a process of completing an application. So maybe your customer wants to borrow $25,000. They know that they've got excellent credit. They're going to want to click the Choose Offer button, and this will take them to the application, which I'll show you. So now we're in the application for that program. They'll scroll down and complete the questions here. So for example, it can be an individual applicant or a joint applicant. And then primary purpose of the loan, zip code, loan amount, can be put here and terms here. Now, this particular program goes up to 7 years. 7 years is 84 months. And I'm going to show you two different examples. So 84 months, 25,000. The monthly payment can be, and this is an estimate because it hasn't yet ran the application. So it's giving them a ballpark of what their payment's going to be. For example, $380 a month to $425 a month with a rate of 7.29 to 10.79. Now, if you change the term, and I'm going to do 36 months, which is 3 years, you'll see the payment and the rate changes. The lower the term, the lower the rate, but the payment went up a little bit. So if your customer's a payment shopper, they might want to increase it back to 84 months. They can do it anywhere from 24 months to 84 months on this particular program. And when they change it to 84 months, they will be shown a different rate and different monthly payment. And they will continue and proceed to completing the application. Once your customer completes that application, they should get an answer within minutes with the loan decision. Once they get that loan decision, they will know if they've been pre-approved or not. If they are approved, it will give them instructions on how to move forward. It will typically ask them for their banking and routing information because all of the loans are wired directly into your customer's bank account. It will show them obviously the term, the rate, term, the monthly payment, and if they accept, then it will proceed to getting further information so that they can fund the loan. The loan funding timeframes across the board are on average 1 to 5 days. So what happens is your customer has been quoted the job by you. They go in, they complete an application, they get a loan decision, and at that point, you can say, great, Mr. Smith, you've been approved. Let's collect a deposit, get a signed contract. That's up to you. And you'll know that they will have their funds in hand in 1 to 5 days. And at that point, you can collect as you wish. So that's an example of the loan program. So that's one example. I'm going to now go and drop down to Fair Credit. So let's say your customer says, I think I've got like a 620, 630 credit score. They would fall within Fair Credit because here it shows scores from 600 to 639. So in this case, they can choose this program here, and they'll see that the minimum score is 620. It lends from 1,000 to 40,000, and the rates can be anywhere from 5.99 to 35.89. And this is just because this particular program goes down to a 620 credit score. So they will lend down to a 620, therefore the rate can get, a little up there, depending on. So it also lends for good to excellent credit. So it has a rate for those people at 5.99 and so on. The terms are 3 and 5 years. There's no prepayment penalty. And again, they will click choose offer and then complete the application and hit submit with a loan decision usually within minutes. I would say on average 85% of the time they'll get an answer within minutes. And then at some point, some of your customers might get a manual review. That just means that the bank wants to, either talk to the customer or they want something verified before they give a final loan decision. So in those cases, it can take a day or two. Now, again, when the customer clicks on poor credit, they'll be shown different options. So, and these are just to streamline it so that your customer chooses the right program for them so that they get a pre-approval the first time around. Now I'm going to show you going back to excellent credit. If your customer maybe wants to borrow and do a 0% interest program, that's fine. The 0% interest programs are great. The maximum term goes up to 21 months. And for example, if a customer wants to borrow $8,000, I usually think that the 0% card programs are best for jobs that are $10,000 and below, or if they want to marry it with a loan. Maybe you're a contractor, the customer needs $35,000, but there are some possible things that can come up. They may want to borrow a big amount with the loan and then just do a little with the 0% card programs, because they only pay back what they use. So that's a great thing. You can marry any of our programs together. The 0% card programs, like I said, the longest one goes up to 21 months. So they will be able to choose the offer button, and it will bring up a list of different 0% programs. They'll see the longest term being 21 months, and they can choose one of the programs and apply. They can also, when they go in to complete the 0% card program, it won't ask them how much they want. It will simply set a dollar amount based on their credit worthiness. So sometimes that's great because it will show that they're approved for more than what they need. In that case, you can upsell them. And if it comes back for less than what they need, they can always go in and choose another 0% program and marry those two together. Usually if they get approved for, let's say, $5,000 on one 0% program, they can usually get a very similar approval on another one, and we just call that marrying the programs. You can also marry it with a loan program as well. The 0% programs, like I said, are good for your jobs that are 10,000 and under, or as like an incidental type program. Now, the 0% card programs are generally good for people with good to excellent credit, so keep that in mind. And then another thing I want to point out is other products and services. So maybe you have a customer that flat out does not know their scores. They can always go in and choose this offer and find out what their credit scores really are. There is no fee to this program as long as they cancel the membership within their free 7-day trial period. So they will have to put in a credit card, but it will not be charged if they cancel within that free 7-day period. On another note, once they get their scores, they'll know exactly where they fall so that they get an approval the first time around. Now, for you, on deck is a business loan. So if your company is in need of a business loan, you can always apply yourself here. This would be for you to apply in your business name. And these loan amounts go from $5,000 to $250,000. And another one here is Lending Club, which can go up to $300,000. And when you click on these choose offer buttons, it will give you the parameters of these programs. Maybe your customer, going back to your customer, maybe your customer applied for a program that was in our poor credit area and they still got declined. What I would do is maybe have them go to Lexington Law, click the choose offer button here, and have them start with the credit repairing, because they can always go in, repair their credit, and then come back and apply later on. So that's an option too. Going back to the loan programs, when your customer applies for a program and they've estimated that they fall within the excellent credit parameters, and maybe they chose Lightstream, they applied and they got a decline. It's okay. If they did, maybe they just overestimated that they had excellent credit scores, but they really have good scores. So what I would do is have them drop down into the following credit criteria and have them choose one of those programs. They can do that and keep going until they get an approval. The best thing is for them to estimate their scores and start there so that they get an approval the first time around. Keep in mind, we're always updating our site with new programs. So if you ever see a program that's new, you probably will have received an email. We always email our dealers to let them know when a new program with great rates is available. So keep that in mind. And if you have any questions, you can contact your account manager and we'll be more than happy to help you. And again, if your customer needs support, they can always contact the 800 number here. All the applications do have to be submitted online from your dealer portal, so we don't take phone applications. If you have anything further, please feel free to reach out to myself and or your customer service department or your rep. We look forward to partnering with you and look for the next training tutorial. Thank you.